Voting for John McKinney.
Senator, in 2006, there was a Republican in the governor's mansion, and Republicans held 3 of Connecticut's 5 congressional seats. 8 years later, there's a Democrat in each of those offices. What has gone wrong for the GOP over the past 8 years, and what makes you uniquely qualified to lead a Republican resurgence in Connecticut?
Listen, we have not, as a party, given people the right message and the right messenger. We have the ideas that people around Connecticut will support. A majority of people in Connecticut are fiscally responsible people. They are in their everyday lives. They are in their businesses. We have a legislature which spends out of control, and most people are disgusted when they hear about what the legislature's done in terms of spending and taxes. But we've had candidates who've been afraid. They've been afraid to go to Bridgeport or Hartford or New Haven and campaign. I'm not afraid to do that. I understand that it doesn't matter whether you live here in Brookfield or whether you live in Bridgeport. The unemployment rate at almost 11% is hurting families in every town in the state of Connecticut. They understand that the largest tax increase in state history has hurt families. Go talk to that mother in Bridgeport and ask her if her life is better now with Dan Malloy, with higher taxes on clothing, higher taxes on footwear, higher taxes on public transportation, higher taxes on gasoline than she was before. I can bring that message there. I've run for office 8 times. I've been re-elected, and every time I've run ahead of everyone else on the ticket, whether they be Republican or Democrat, because I've been able to attract Democrats and unaffiliated voters. I fundamentally believe people are tired, sick and tired of the negative partisanship in Washington, D.C. I've never been that type of politician. I won't be that type of politician. I believe people want their elected officials to try to work to better their lives. That means you fight for your principles, but you're willing to listen to the other side and work with them. That's what I think people in Connecticut want in their leaders. That's what I've been, and that's what I think will take me to the governor's mansion in November.
Well, we have a reality in Connecticut. There is a Democratic registration that is 2-to-1. The Republicans do need to present candidates that will resonate, not just with Republicans or independents, but also with Democratic voters in large cities and in small cities. Now, that is something that I think I am uniquely qualified to do. Not only have I had experience in corporate and small businesses of my own, and served in local and state governments, negotiated with municipal unions. But I also not just have worked, lived, and served in public office in Fairfield County, I also am an immigrant that immigrated when I was 5 with my family from Europe, and were some of the working poor that didn't speak a word of English, and have stepped in their shoes, those many people that live in the inner cities and understand what they need and can resonate with those voters. And like Senator McKinney, I also have won in very difficult to win districts that are decidedly more Democratic voters with very large crossover votes. And I think that is the message here. We can all have a good plan, but at the end of the day we need to win. And to do so, we have to win over the other side of the aisle as well.
Mark Fountain.
You know, if we keep nominating the same kind of candidates for statewide office, we're going to keep getting the same results. I make no secret of the fact that, look, I'm a blue-collar Republican, and I'm proud of it. And if we're going to nominate somebody that's going to win this election, we have to nominate somebody that can understand and empathize with the challenges that people are facing across the state of Connecticut. From that lady right now who's loading up her groceries up at the grocery store in Waterbury, to the guy just leaving the Home Depot out in London. We have to nominate candidates that can connect with them and that say, I understand what you're going through and I've got a plan to fix it. I've done that in Danbury 7 straight times. I won my last election by 71% of the vote in a city that was dominated by Democrats for 40 years. We have 49 different languages spoken in our high school. So I've been able to speak to all residents of our city and share with them what the vision of Danbury can be. And not only that, we brought in a Republican team with us, and I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to keep our council Republican as well as every single board and commission for the last 5 elections. That's how you win elections.
Well, I can tell you what happened in West Hartford, liberal capital of the world. The Democrats and the liberal MoveOn.org gamed and took a tragic war, the Bush administration, and turned everyone against George Bush. That's what happened. And they took the war in Iraq and said Bush is a liar. But today it's a different world. Today Obama is a liar. Our president is a liar. He's a liar in chief. I'll say it 3 times. Everyone knows it. I've been on the campaign trail for 10 months all across the state, quietly talking to thousands, tens of thousands of people, mostly Democrats. The working class Democrats are with the Republican Party. If we bring solutions and issues, Dan Malloy is unlikable, and I believe that a candidate like myself, a tradesman, a man from the trades, has the ability to cross party lines. In fact, I had to stop demonizing the Democrats themselves as a party, not as individuals, because I realized on the trail just how many people in Connecticut, although the registered Democrats are not the Democrats of the Obama administration, and they've seen that in the last 6 to 8 months with Obamacare.